now I would like to welcome everyone who has participated in this session and attended session. I could see that there are 66 members already joined and 8 panelists is there. So I would like to welcome you all on behalf of AMP platform. And just I would like to share one PPT which talks about the AMP introduction. As of now, Soha, I'm not able to share the screen. Can you just check that whether any restriction is there? Let me talk about the AMP now. AMP is registered in India, USA, UK, Australia as a non-profit organization, and AMP has completed 12 years serving, not 12 years, actually 13 years. I think I opened the previous year's AMP PPT. The 13 years completed to serving the community in the field of education, employment, and empowerment. AMP has vision to positive impact lives of 10 million people by 2030. And AMP's mission is to empower the underprivileged for the greater benefit of the society in general and nation as a whole. I believe that most of you aware about the AMP, that how it works. Basically, it's one kind of hand-holding exercise and very professional. And they are running mentoring website as well as IndiaJakat.com and many more actually. And especially in skill development. So you can see in this slide that what is MP vision. It talks about the advance in education, social progressive, cultural vibrant, political influential, and economic dynamic. Okay, let me move to the next session and next PPT. Here they are talking about all their projects, where the one is school development programs. All details is provided in this. Then employment assistance. They are working for employment assistance for anyone is maybe from college student up to professional experts. Then scholarship program also they are helping. If you registered with the AMP, you might be get the notification whenever they will, if any scholarship program will be there, they will guide you and assist you in all matters. Okay. Then MP Resource Center and advanced participants. So now let me move to the next slide. The new initiative about the AMP. That's what I was mentioned in earlier, that IndiaJakat.com and the IndiaMentor.com. In IndiaJakat.com, basically IndiaJakat.com is India's first Zakat crowdfunding platform floated by the Association of Muslim Professionals with a view to bring the Zakat seekers and Zakat givers on a unified platform. Its objective is to undertake its operation favorably with the intent of the bringing socio-economic transformation in the lives of the people without seeking to generate the IndiaMentors.com. Here basically they are bringing the mentees and mentors both on one platform where anyone can register themselves and get the guidance for any kind of if maybe you can also register yourself as a mentor or a mentee. This is the AMP Reach talks about this. Okay, for joining the AMP, please go to the website www.ampindia.org/join-AMP. Here all details has been given, and recently we have completed angel funds. Please register this to get all the notification, and even in the first page, landing page itself, you will get more information about the AMP projects. So I would like to thank you everyone, and now I wanted to give mic to Mr. Shakil for today DBA session. This is basically Oracle Database Administration session. He is going to cover introduction part and some other topic. What you can cover. Basically, he will talk about this. I wanted to give mic to Mr. Shakil for start the session. Shakil, please welcome.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jamil. Assalamu alaikum, welcome you all. My name is Mohammad Shakil. I have almost around 12 years plus corporate experience on Oracle database itself. And this course is about Oracle database. So if you don't know anything about the database, so that is perfectly cool. Because we are going to explain it. It's a basically course for all beginners who actually want to build their career in Oracle database, who want to build their career in the database line. They wanted to know something about the database, but unfortunately they don't have a guidance or something like that. So Don't worry, we'll give you a brief introduction of everything from the basic to the scratch. And we will also put at the last moment some question sessions. Whoever in the audience have doubts in any of the topics or related to any of the Oracle database, they can ask their question, they can note it down. While in between, if I have if there's some query in some topics, they can note it down so that they can ask their queries at the end of the sessions. We will keep some buffer time for questioning and answering sessions for clearing the doubts of all audience. Okay, so let's start our session. So basically, we are going to let you know about the database. So to know about the database, you need to know about the SQL first. There are the two core competency which you need to know about the database. Okay, because the database is a engines where they use to retrieve the data. So retrieving the data, there are the different kind of languages which we are going to use. As if some of the guys in the audience have from the IT background, they knows about the Java, C, C++, .NET. Same like there was a means a language called SQL. SQL is nothing but a structure query language.
I'm not sure.
Structure query language.
Is there any PPT? I'm not able to see any PPT. Could you?
Yeah, just a minute. So to interact with the database, we want some communication languages. That is called as a SQL. SQL is stand for structure query language. The structure query language where we have different programming to talk with the database.
Again, there is a background noise.
How there is a communication between a different software through different languages. So the same way to communicate with the database, we have a languages called a SQL. The database itself is derived from the RDBMS. RDBMS is nothing but a relational database management systems. This relational database management system is derived from EF code rule. There are 12 or 13 EF code rule. According to based on that rules, which has been invented by Dr. EF Code in 1970s. So all the database in our real-time organization, you can consider as Oracle, SQL, NoSQL, MS SQL. We have a different types of database. All this database needs to follow this EF code rules. EF, we have a 12 EF code rule. I will explain you in brief into our next session about this. But till now, I can see you that we have a 12 to 13 EF code rules which all RDBMS database needs to follow to be their database as accurate in the term of concurrency, in the term of reliability, you can say. So SQL means to understand the database, you need to understand the basic two things, Unix and SQL. So SQL, why? To interact with the database, you require a SQL languages. And Unix, why? Because your database is reside on the server, which is derived from a operating system. To know the operating system, you need to know a basic about the Unix. I'm not telling you to know a deep understanding about the Unix or deep understanding about the SQL, but the basic of the SQL and the basic of the Unix you should know to understand the Oracle database or any database. We have a different database in real-time environment. Right now, the most popular database where booming in the market is the Oracle database. So we are going to give you this session for the Oracle database. Structure query language, how you understand? In the structure query language, we have a very important thing you can consider as DDL, data definition language, DQL, data query language, and DML. So these three components is a very important in the SQL fundamentals. So in DDL, what are the commands come under the DDL? DDL is nothing but a data definition languages actually consist of the SQL command that can be used to define a database schema. It simply deals with the descriptions of the database schema used to create and modify the structure. So means what are the things come into the DDL? The DDL, see, you can see here, in the screen, in the screen which I have shared, here you can see there is a DDL first, DML, then DCL. So in the DDL, what are the commands are there? Where the important commands are there? You can see that in the below it was written as command that define the database, including creating, altering, and dropping the tables and establishing the constraint. What is means about creating, altering, and dropping the tables? So in the database, the data which reside inside the database is reside inside the table. So the data in the database which reside inside the table. So to understand about the database, basic you need to understand about the SQL, about the tables, about the objects. So what are the commands are there in the DDL? The commands there in the DDL: create, drop, alter, truncate, comment, and rename. What is a create? Create means you are going to create any objects. You can consider as table, index, functions, view, stored procedures, and trigger. Now you all are new. I can consider most of them are new, most of them from the colleges background or most of them from the IT backgrounds. But I am targeting to the guys who are new, who don't know about thing about the SQL, about the database. So objects, I have told you about the objects. What are the objects? Object is nothing but the tables, index, functions, view, procedures, and trigger. Tables, what is the table? Tables where your data is actually stored. Okay, where the actually data is stored is called a table. So to create a table, we need to execute the command create table, table name, and their data types. We will go into that on further slides. So in this, the command is there drop. Drop is used to delete the objects of the database, and alter is used to alter the structures of the objects. So these are the commands is used for the DDL. Same way we have a data manipulation languages. What are the things included in data manipulation? Manipulation means what? Manipulation means changes. You're doing some kind of changes on the data. It's called a manipulations, data manipulation languages. So how you manipulate the data? By inserting the data, means there are something there in the data and you are inserting it to the data. By changing the data, so in the SQL, how you change the data? You will change the data through update command. If you want, you can note it down, this word what I am telling, with update command. If you wanted to change the data, you can use update command. So data manipulation languages consist of the following command are known as insert, update, and delete. Insert what? Whatever the data you are going to insert. Update means you are going to change the data. Earlier the data was XYZ, now you're going to change it to ABC. So that if you want to change the data or the table column, you require an update command. Same way, if you wanted to delete the tables or delete any of the record from the tables or any of the data from the tables, you require a delete statement. So this is the thing which I tell you about the data manipulation language. The command which includes the data manipulation language is insert, update, and delete. Now I will go to data control language. What are the things are included in data control language? Control. See, if you can derive the words, no, you can get it very easily. What I am trying to make you understand. See, in the first, if you see, that is what data definition language. In the second, you have see data manipulation. Manipulation, what I said to you, is a changes. So in the changes, what are things that come? Insert, update, and delete. Same way, data control language. Control. You are controlling something. Control, data control language. You are controlling. You're trying to control something in the data. So what are commands will we come to data control language? That is grant and revoke. What are the two commands? Grant and revoke. Grant and revoke means you are going to grant a privilege to any of the users to access the specific data as an DBA, and or you can revoke the privileges from any of the user, those who you don't want to access the data. So as a DBA, you have a control. So how you can control it? By using this data control language. In data control language, what are the two commands we have? Grant and revoke. Grant means giving a user access privileges to the database. Revoke means withdrawal the user access privileges given by using the grant command. Means the grant command which we have given to any of the users to accessing the database or the tables, we can revoke same thing by the revoke command. Means we can withdraw the same thing with the revoke command. Same way we have another, it's called a TCL. TCL, I don't think so it's there in this slides. You can note it down if you want. TCL is transaction control language, which is basically consists of commit and rollback. Commit means whenever you are doing any of the changes in the data, it will not update on your base table unless you commit. And rollback is a transaction in case of any error occur. If when you are doing any of the transaction, any update statement, your update statement is not completed and all of a sudden the network gone or something crash gone or crash in the database, what will happen on that time? Whether it will going to commit, means it will going to proceed, or whether it is going to backward. Backward means rollback. So automatically Oracle derived as a rollback if in some case your transaction is not completed. So I have told you that about the users, that grant given a user access privilege to the database. What is a user? User is nothing but whoever the database who is accessing to the tables, means he have access to the tables, they can consider as XYZ persons. You can consider, I can give you the example of one company, one big organizations where there are multiple departments are there, like HR departments, you can consider as employee departments. So on that, in different departments, the users, you can consider any of the users, either it is from the HR departments or either it is from the employee department. So that users who is there from the HR department, it's on you as a DBA, you wanted to give them access or not. So these are the basics thing which you need to know about the SQL, like data definition languages, data manipulation languages, data control languages. And the next thing we are going to tell you about the SQL data types. When you create the tables, while creating the tables, there are the data types you need to mention, like character sets, numeric as an integer, means in some of the column you want as a numeric as an integer, you can consider as a numeric integer. Temporal as a timestamp, timestamp in the case of if you want a date. Date means if in the column there are some column you can consider as a joining date of the employee. I can give you the example by logging to the database so that it will be more clear to you all how the create command work, what is the database. So this is our Unix. Okay, this is a Linux operating system. Okay, I'm using this Linux operating system to you all. Now I am connecting to my database. One of my database I already created for you all to make understand and explain. So there are the tables I have created called as employee. I have already put some data on it. Okay. To know you about the data types, I am describing this table. This is a table called employee. See here, this is I have a 3 column in this employee table: employee name, employee number, and salary. So what are things I use in this data type? See here, you can see in the description where I put this employees means description of the table. Now I am describing my table. So in describing the table, I am getting the column name. My first column name is employee name, employee number, and salary. What is the data types I put in the employee name? Varchar 12. What is the means of this varchar 212? Varchar 212 means I can put the characters or I can put the letter of the name of any of the employee till 12. Beyond 12, if I will put, it will not accept. Now here you can see there employee number. I have a second column called employee number. In the employee number, I put as a number 38. So beyond 38, that digit I cannot put. It is the limit which I have set during creating my table. So what I explained you before in data query languages, data manipulation languages, and data control languages, I will give you the practicals also little bit so that it will be more clear for you all. So in the data query languages, I tell you about the select statement. Select is used to retrieve a data from the database. See, right now I connected to the database. This is my database. Select name. This is the database. It's right now read write mode. So in this database, I have a table called employee. Okay. In this table, now to retrieve the data from the tables means I need to check what are the things there in the employee. What command I executed? See here. Select star from employee. What command I executed? Select star from employee. So what I explained you earlier, data query language. What commands come on data query language? Select. What commands come in the data query language? Select. So to retrieve the data from the database, I use a select command. So see here, select star from employee where I executed, I got this all data. Means these are the employee name, employee number, and salaries. I got it from the employee tables. Same way, if you wanted to insert or you wanted to update any of the table, you need to execute the command. And the grant and revoke work on the same way. Now this is the data types. While explaining you data types, I shown you data types. We have a characters which call char. Okay, varchar 2. What is a character? Character means it is only used for a numeric. It is only used for the numeric way. Character is used for a character use only, which is the character means A, B, C, D, that all. But if you use a varchar, you can use a character and the number both. So as a good DBA, whenever you are using or creating any of the tables, you are basically using what? Varchar 2, where you can use a number and the character both. And if you know the design of the table and you wanted to put only a number on that column, you can use a data types called number. So see, here is the syntax you can see for creating a tables. Create table, table name, and then the column definition. Column I have shown you in the earlier example, like employee name, employee number, and salary. Same way you can put here as create tables, table name. You can see here the example I have given you in the slides. create table customer T, and the customer ID I put as a number, where number I have put as 11, means 11 digit we can enter in this column customer ID. Why I put not null? What is the mean of not null? Not null means whenever put I not null over there in the column, you cannot keep that column as empty. See, whenever if you have login in any of the website to filling any of your forms, you can see that they are asking for you as your name, your age, your addresses, your last name, like this. So if I have put on that column as not null, in the last column in the last name I put on the data type as not null. So if I put it not null, then in that case you cannot put leave that column as empty. You cannot leave that as a blank. You need to put some number. So that's why we are going to, while creating a table, we are putting the column as a not null. Create table, table name. This is my table name. In product T, okay. Product ID is my column. Product description is my column. Product finish is my column. So these all are the means basic things which you need to know about the SQL before we go for the Oracle database. So that if I will go directly to the Oracle database, and if you don't know about the basic select statement and basic alter statement, then it will be more difficulties for the understanding for the database things. Sorry, audience. Yeah. So now you have understand about the SQL. Okay. In the SQL, you have means I'm not going into the deep about the SQL, because if I will go to the deep into the SQL, then again it will take my whole day to make you understand about the SQL, and then it our day the main things, the session which we have kept for the Oracle database, that will only will go into the rising. So to let you know, understand about the database, I wanted to tell you about something about the SQL and something about the Unix, so that when I will go to make you understand about the database, so you will get the clear pictures about why the database is in the server and why we are means using a SQL statement while interacting with the database. So hope you are clearly understand about the SQL. I have not go into the deep into the SQL. Means I just tell you about the basic thing about the SQL. SQL is a structured query language, which is basically used to talk with the database, and it is derived from the EF chord rule. And we have also shown you the three definition languages, like data definition language, data manipulation language, data control language, and
Sorry
transaction
to interrupt you.
control
I'm not,
language.
we are not able to see the PPT.
No, right now my SQL is finished. Now I'm going to share you the PPT about the Unix. SQL is almost finished. I'm going to share you about the PPT about the Unix. Hello.
Okay, okay, go ahead.
Yeah. SQL is almost finished, guys. I'm not going into the deep about the SQL because I have already told you that if I will going to explain you about the SQL on the deep, then it will take a long more time for us. So the what are the basics thing which we want? I wanted to tell you about the SQL is data definition language, data manipulation language, data control language, TCL, and the data types of the SQL, where you have to know about the column in the where you're creating a table. You need to know about the column where it should be a varchar 2 or a character char or a number, just only a number. Char is a character, means it should be only alphabet A, B, C, D. You cannot use in the column as 1, 2, 3. Means sometimes you can see in the name people are used to put we can I'm just giving an example, Mike 123. They are giving the name as a Mike 123. So if your data type is just only a char, you cannot put Mike 123. You can only put in the column Mike. You cannot put Mike 123. For keeping in your column of the SQL statement Mike 123, you need to put varchar, where you can use a number as well as character. And where you wanted to use only numbers, you can put as a data types number. So this was a recap I did for you all, that whatever I have shared you the screen about the SQL. Now let's go to the Unix. What is a Unix? Why we wanted to know about the Unix? Why actually I am making you to explain about the Unix? Because see, the database is not residing anywhere. It is residing on the server. So server is driving from any of the operating system, either it is from the Linux, either it is from the AIX, either it is from the Microsoft, or either it's from Solaris. These are the different flavors of operating systems. Okay, the operating systems I told you about the AIX. AIX is built by IBM, and I told you about the Microsoft. Okay, Microsoft is built the operating system called Windows, and Solaris is built by Sun Solaris Spark. So there are different flavors of operating systems. So to know about the operating system, you need to know about the Unix. So what is a Unix? Unix is an operating system run on many servers. Server is what? Workstation. That only I'm telling you about the server. Where there is a server workstation, on that server workstation only your database going to be reside. Okay, so Unix is an operating system run on many servers. It is invented by AT&T Bell Laboratory in the late 60s. So how I told you now in my there are different versions of variant Unix like called Sun OS, Linux, Solaris, BSD, and dot means like Windows. You can consider as AIX. So there are multiple flavors of Unix are there. Okay, so the most Unix functionality is to access the prompt is text-based like MS-DOS. Goal for the Unix is to navigate through the directory. So in the Unix, you can see there is a directory structure called root file system, and there is a temporary file systems, and there are the super file system. So the main thing in the Unix, you need to know about the directory structure, and there are some small key commands which you need to know before you need to know about the database. There are small. I'm not telling you to go into the deep about the Unix, go into the deep about the operating system and learn and be as a system admin. No, there are some basic command you have to know, because to log in into the database you need to first log in into the server. So if you don't know about the Unix, if you don't know about the operating system, how you will log into server? So to know about the database, you need to know about the server. So server is nothing but an operating system. There are different flavors of operating systems in the organization in the real time, like AIX. AIX is the operating system built by IBM. Okay, there is a Windows built by Microsoft system, and there is a Solaris called Sun company who has built this system. So I have told you about the Unix directory structure. See, there are the directory structure, which the main directory structure is shared by slash, is called as a root on the top of the tree. See, this is the directory structure. You can see slash, where it is a root. Bin here you can see the bin is for the binaries to be hold of the operating system. Users, all the users of the operating system. See, there are the different user also who have giving the access to log into the server. There is no like any of the users can log into the server and do blah blah thing xyz. They can shut down the server, they can reboot the server, they can do xyz whatever thing they want. No, there are the different type of users is built by system admin, and that the privileges given to that user, only that created user can only access the server, and that specific group of the users can have access to the database to access a Oracle database of the server. Like this, we have a temp. All the temporary files which is going to be deleted on the further on the futures is used to be kept on the temp, and there is a backup directory. I will show you the exact example also in my own system so that it will be a more clear for you all. See, I am using Linux operating system. To checking any of the operating system in your Unix, you need to execute the command uname-a. What you need to execute? Uname-a. If there is any operating system, if you execute uname-a, they will tell you the operating system name. See, right now I am using Linux. Right now my operating system is a Linux which I am using. See, here you can see there are the different file system. I have executed df-h to view the file system. So the different file system are, first is /root, then /run. U01, U02 is the file system created to store the data. Okay, then /temp is a temporary file system which I have told you on the slide. Now let's go back to the slide again. See here, if you see the Unix basic command, there is called man clear ls cd pwd du disk usage. So what is a man? Man is a manual. Means if you wanted to know about anything about the command. Hello, I'm audible to you all guys?
Yes.
Okay, fine, great. So I'm continuing. Unix basic command. See, I have told you about why I am going to the basic about the Unix, why I'm going basic about the SQL. Hope you all are clear about the SQL basic thing. Now I have told you about the Unix directory structure. Now the important thing is the Unix basic command. The basic command in the Unix, we want to know about the ls for listing the folder, cd for the change directory, means to go inside any of the directory you required a cd command. Okay, pwd where you are, du disk usage. This all I will show you in the practicals also by right now itself, don't worry. This is mkdir to making the directory, cp rm, and tab star -r is a recursive. Okay, pico cc is a compiler program, pin internet new emails. Now this is over. Now let me go to my own machine and show you something about actually the real thing. So I have shown you in the slides that to see the files or a directory on the Unix system, you need to execute command ls. See, right now I'm there in the which pwd will show you I'm there on which path, present working directory. Right now I'm there in home/oracle. So if you wanted to see in this path what are the files and directories are there, you can execute the command ls-lrt. If you will execute the command only ls, it will only list the file, but you cannot know the size, date, or the ownership, or the group of the files, or the directory structure. To know the group of the file, the directory structure, you need to execute the command ls-lrt. So you can see in the screen where I have shared you all. If you see in the beginning of this year, it was written as a D. See here, D. Why this D? D is stand for a directory. So wherever there is a D, it is a directory, and where there is no D, it's a file. You can see it's goadd.tar. It's a file. It's a tar file. I did the tar of this file here. So this is a file, and these are all the directories. So if you go in, if you wanted to go inside the directory, you need to execute cd, then that directory name. See, right now I am inside the directory. cd, change directory. I wanted to change my directory to car. So I have gone inside to that car. See, in the car, I have created different files called Maruti, Tata, Nissan, Toyota. These are the example I have given to you, so that these small things you should know while going inside the servers and how you need to log into the database. So once you have listing the files, to go inside the directory, you can go by using a cd command. Now here, if you wanted to make again more directory, like you can take an example of any. Now we have given the example of Maruti, Tata, Nissan. So you can consider on a car company only. Okay, let's take a car company as BMW. So now I'm creating a directory like called BMW. BMW. See here, this BMW directory is created. If you see here, BMW, before BMW it was written as D. So D stand for directory. And there, if there is no D or if there is it's blank, then it is a file. Okay. Now if you wanted to read these files, you need to execute a cat command. Cat, then this file name. Okay. See, whatever things are there in this file, you can view that file using a cat command. Now this BMW, it's a directory. You cannot execute a cat in the directory because it's a directory. Directory is nothing but a folder. I guess you all have using a system and computer in your day-to-day life. So you better know about the folders you're creating in the computer. So you can consider the directory as a folder. So you cannot open and read the folder. It's a folder. In the folder you are keeping the files. So if you wanted to read, you can read the files or the text file or the logs files which you have kept inside the folder. But if you wanted to read the folder, it doesn't make a sense to read a folder. Okay, it's just a folder. Like the same wise, how the folder is there in your Microsoft system, in the PC, in your machine, same in the Unix we have a directory. Okay, so to go inside the directory, what command you need to use? Cd paste, and you are going to go this. Now if you wanted to create a file or if you wanted to write something on the file, so you need to execute, just a minute. Guys, see what I'm going to tell you about. This is the last only point about the Unix. I'm not stretching so much about the Unix and so much about the SQL because we don't have much time to tell you about the SQL more and the Unix more. But this is my duty to let you understand the basic about the SQL and the basic about the Unix, because I know very well, if I will not let you know about the SQL and the Unix and directly I will go to the database, everything will be a bounce. It will not go anywhere. So I don't want the things which I am means I'm making you to understand will be bonds for you all, and you will not understand. So that is the reason I just let you know about the small basic thing about the SQL and the Unix. So this is are the basic thing. Okay, to know about the process, you need to execute the ps-ef command about the in the Unix. The ps is tell you the process. What are the process? These all are the process used in the right now our operating system. So these are the basic things which we going to know about the Unix. There are many more commands are there in the Unix, and many more things are there in the Unix, but I'm not going to the deep about that, because our core thing is to let you know about the database part. So let me share you. So let me begin about the database. So what is the database actually? Database is nothing but a data which is going to be stored. Just give me a moment, friends. Let me open the database slides so that it make you a better understanding. So I am extremely sorry, guys. I was kept my thing in a mute. I'm extremely sorry. So let's begin again with the same thing. So this I am opening the slides of three-tier architecture of the database. So whatever the thing I have explained, I've kept my thing in a mute. I'm extremely sorry for you all. So this three-tier architecture, I was let you know about the end user, the application server, and the database. What is the end user? End user can be anyone. Either it can be either you, it can be either me, or anyone in the world who is accessing the websites or accessing the sites or accessing anything. So that's why we called as end user. Okay, and in the middle there was application server. It was an application software, application logics, and websites. And the database, you all know data, where the data is stored, where the data is actually reside is called a database. So this three-tier architecture, you need to know This is a fundamental basic thing about the 3-tier architecture. So the end user, I just to let you know more clear, I will going to take an example of any of the website where you are going to book the tickets. Now, tomorrow, one guy need to go to Delhi and he need to book a ticket. So he will just open a website of any of the XYZ company's website to book the ticket. So now he will open the XYZ company website. He will see, okay, fine, enter your details. Some columns are there. Just click on which date you want to go. So these all are the things which is there on the screen of its laptop. It is called an application. In this application, there are different teams who works, and it makes you interactive and it's make you user friendly, so that you can just only need to click and enter the data, and you can get the data very easily. But actually there are a very vast logic behind that websites, and where you can click and get the details. Okay, so there are different teams like a web developer to design the websites, and the logics which is developed by the web developers, and the queries with the data is fetched by the database which is there on the third line, you can see. So the basic thing which I need to make you understand, that end user, you can consider yourself. Now you are going to book the ticket. Application is in your screen, which you are going to see the website. Now you are going to book the ticket. For booking the ticket, you are going to select the dates, so that available flights are there in the date that can be fetched the data from where? From the database. That flight is available on that date. How can you know or me know? Neither you can know, neither me know. That thing be there in the database. So that data is fetched by the design built by the query and the developers, and that will be visible you in your screen. Yeah, this date available flights are there. You can book a flight for these period tickets. If you want, you cannot book a flight for tomorrow, because the flight is not available for tomorrow. Flight is available for day after tomorrow. So that all informations of flight details are stored in the database. Like same, you can consider there are multiple things like libraries. There are different libraries website. You can go to the library website if you wanted to select any of the book. If you go to the Amazon, if you go to Flipkart, if you go any of the websites, if you will click and they will give you the data, it is not directly they will give you data. There are very vast codings behind that, and the mechanism which is used to fetch the data from the database and let you know visible in your screen. So what is the data? How I tell you just now, data is nothing but database is nothing but a collection of data. So what is the data? You can consider as a library, keep a list of members, books, due date, and fines. You can see that when you are in the college, or you are just buying a book from the libraries, and there was some date mentioned to return your book. Like you have taken this book by today, you need to return by 3 days. If you have not written it by the 3 days, then there will be a penalty and fine for you. So these all informations are recorded in the pieces of data in the database. See, this guy have taken this type of books from these libraries, and this guy need to return in this date. If this guy has not written in this date, then there will be a fine. So this all information, each and everything informations are stored in the form of data in the database. See, there are a different type of database in the market, like Oracle, Sybase, SQL Server, Informix, DB2. Right now, Oracle is a very booming and very fast growing technologies in the real market. There are different things are there, like SQL Server, Informix, DB2. DB2 is basically the IBM product. SQL Server is a product of Microsoft. Like this, there are different more databases are there. There are no SQL Server, no SQL database also there. MongoDBs are there. There are multiple different type of databases are there in the market. But the most popular and the booming right now in the market is an Oracle database. How I told you in the earlier slide, this all database is derived from the RDBMS. What is the RDBMS? RDBMS stands for Relational Database Management System. That is basically based on the relational model of EF Cord. You should never, if you wanted to be a real DBA, if you wanted to be a good DBA, you should never forget this name, EF Cord, Dr. EF Cord. See this Dr. EF Cord, this is the great guy in our database industries, in the database management systems. You can say that who has built the relational database model. Based on this model only, all the database in the real time has been built. Okay, they have this guy has built the relational model of the database system in 1970s. Fine, let's go about the history about the Oracle database. This Oracle database has been implemented in 1970 by Larry Ellison. Hope you all know about the Larry Ellison, the co-founder of Oracle database on Oracle Corporations. If you don't know, after this session, you can go into the Google and you can search and you can see the Larry Ellison. He's a kind gentleman. So in 1977, Larry Ellison with their colleagues Bob Miner and Edie Todd, they have founded the Software Development Laboratories. Okay, these software development laboratories they have built in the they have built by reading the code of IBM journals and research. And the first the database they have built, it was of version 2.0 named as Relational Software Inc.
So we have the time. Now we have to summarize.
Now in the same way, we have a different type of versions in the database they have built in different years. In 1886, they have built then 10G, then 11G, then 12C. Right now, the latest version of the database in the market is Oracle 21C. Fine. And the most of the database are currently using Oracle 11G. Oracle 11G support are going to be finished by this year and even in Oracle 12C also. Oracle 11G, G stands for a grid, and 12C, C stands for cloud. So the latest, and now I guess every real-time organization they are using a 12C and they are going to upgrade it to 19C. And the latest which is come right now in the market, it is a 21C. So I'll just the last topic I will tell you about the instance. Actually, there are many more things are there, but due to time consuming, the last thing I will tell you about the database instance. Instance is nothing but a background process, SGA plus background process. See here, if you see in my screen, I have this instance. If I wanted to see the instance, I need to execute the command ps-e pipegraph smon. This is my instance, Subma. Okay, now I will log into database. I have a what is the instance? This instance is important in the database. It is derived by the SGA plus background process. What is SGA? SGA is a system global area. You can see here is the some SGA size has been defined to my database, SGA target. See here. So what is the instance? Instance is nothing but you can say combination of background process. There are 5 mandatory background process in the Oracle database: pmon, smon, dbwriter, logwriter, and checkpoint. Okay, plus this SGA. Both combination is called an instance. Instance is that Subma. Right now I have taken this as an instance. See here in my slides you can see database instance or an instance is made up of a background process needed by the database software. This process is usually include a process monitoring which I told you pmon, sys's monitoring which I told you as smon, log monitoring which is called as a log writer, database writer which is called dbwr, And there is also one more background process is called checkpoint. These are the 5 mandatory background process. There are many more background processes are there, but the 5 mandatory background processes are DB writer, log writer, checkpoints, SMON, and PMON. So there are also files
Summarize.
and the constraints.
Summarize. This is an next session.
Fine, gents. And actually, I guess the time is very low, but actually, I wanted to tell you about the more about the architecture of the database. But as of now, I tell you about the history. It has built by Larry Ellison and the different type of versions. What are the latest versions right now used in the Oracle database? And what is the instance? Instance is nothing but a SGA plus background process. There are the 5 mandatory background process: SMON, PMON, DB writer, log writer, checkpoints. Okay, so these are things I'm recapping you all, and inshallah, due to the time, actually I need to drop it out. But sure, by next session I will let you know about the database architecture, where we will get the deep understanding about the flow of a select statement, how the actual query has been fetched on the Oracle database engine, and how the performance has been impacted. So to be a very good DBA, to be a performance expert on the database, you should know about the database architecture. So the next session, which we are going to tell you about, is tell you about the database architecture. Inshallah, there is no much more I need to tell you about the SQL and the Unix. So I will tell you about the user management and the table space management also on the next session. But the Oracle architecture, which due to the time I am not able to tell you, inshallah I will tell you about the Oracle architecture, user management, and table space management on the next chapter, next session. Uh, yeah, Jamil bhai, you can take the mic.
Okay, first of all, I would like to thank you, Mr. Shakil Sheikh, who has really, really compact the session, whatever he can cover in this given time. So, inshallah, we will cover remaining things in our next session, as it was first session launched by him. So he has tried to give the basics about the platform or operating system and Oracle. In next session, inshallah, he will cover more deeper. And before coming to the session, he will share the course content, and inshallah will design the course content and share, if you, I mean, share in the same platform. So apart from all this, so far, if you have any question, so Q&A window is open. You can type the question there. So far, I received only one query from anonymous attendees. Maybe not there, but he was asking about the folder file creation under the folder, which is answered by Farhan Sheikh. Yes, he's really given the correct answer that you can create the file using vi command, or if you have already file and wanted to move in the created folder, you can use mb command. And further to this, even if you have any query, you can write to us. So far, you can write. I share my email ID in chat window, but subject you keep the same, like I suggested in the chat window, so that we will answer you in the next session, either in the next session, or if it is something short, we will share in the email also. And one more thing, if someone is asking that he need to get this PPT, so just email to us, we will reply to you. Thank you all for joining this session. If you have any query, please either write or ask the question now. Okay, so I have not heard from any participants that they have any query. Oh, so thank you for joining. Let me give mic to Mr. Habib. He will summarize the session. I mean, summarize the session and give the thanks note. And maybe if you want to talk something. So let me give this mic to Mr. Habib. Mr. Habib, if you are available, please speak something about the session or whatever you want.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. Thank you all for coming and spending time with us. Jamil bhai, there is one question from one of the participant in the chat box related to the career in database. I think it's a relevant question. Maybe Shakil bhai can take it and then I can proceed.
Yeah, career actually means you can get a very good opportunity in the Oracle database and any of the database, but it's basically in your interest. But if you will see that right now the booming in the market is an Oracle database. So if you wanted to build your career on the Oracle database, yes, you can go for it and you can take the deep understanding from these sessions and any of the notes, and you can build your career on the Oracle database itself.
Um, Shakil, we have one more query where people is asking that what is difference between Varchar and Car, Varchar and Varchar 2.
Yeah, varchar behave exactly the same as varchar 2. However, the types varchar should not be used at its reserve the future usage. The major difference is that varchar 2 is an internal data types and varchar is an external data types. So these are the major difference you can consider as varchar 2 is an internal data types and varchar is an external data types. So hope this may clear your doubts.
Okay, Shakil, now next question is what is difference between Car and Varchar 2?
I guess this in my topic I have already explained means char and varchar 2. Char and varchar 2 means if you wanted to use only a character in your column, you don't want to use a number, you can put a char on your data types. And if you wanted to use character and number both, you can take a varchar 2 in your data types. This is the difference you can consider as a char and varchar 2.
Someone is asking that can you explain the objects? Definitely, this will be cover part of our next session. When we'll go deep dive, we will talk about the Oracle objects. But as of now, it's an introductory session. So just skip this question or just email us. We will reply to you.
Yeah, sure. I will just email you the details about the object because it's too far deep drive information. If I was going to give you again, it will take a more time for me. But you can consider what I tell you in the earlier object is nothing but tables, index, triggers, synonyms. These all are the different types of objects in the Oracle database. But if you want a deep dive into the Oracle objects, surely we will send you the mail. Any more questions?
I believe there is no further question. Those who are asking for the PPT, inshallah, we will share some relevant material with you, inshallah, soon. Jamil bhai, can we now move on to vote of thanks and conclude the session with your permission?
Yes, Abhi bhai, please go ahead.
Okay. First of all, let me say that this was our first session, so we had some glitches, and we are really sorry for that. Inshallah, from the next session, we will have it in a much better way, structure it in a much better way. Inshallah, we will also see how we can make it little bit more engaging and interactive, so that audience can talk to us with questions, with polls. And we again apologize for whatever glitches and sound problems and network issues we had in the session. And overall, but again at the end it went smoothly. First of all, very special thank to Shakil bhai. He is very busy and he found time to develop this material and to deliver it in a very interesting way. Thank you very much, Shakil Bhai, and for AMP KSA Riyadh chapter team for organizing this in a very wonderful way in an online. I also would like to thank each and every one of the participants who were very patient with all the issues going on. And inshallah, we wish to see you again. Thank you all. Thank you very much. Jazakallah khair for your time.
Thank you. Jazakallah khair, Habib Bhai. Thank you for all to joining the session. So now we are exiting from the session. Okay, if you have any query, please write to us. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz Bhai.
Bye.
थैंक यू एवरीबॉडी। मैं डिस्कनेक्ट कर दिया सीधा, पूरा एंड कर दिया। हम लोग का प्रॉब्लम क्या हो गया, तुम और मैं बाजू में साथ में,
और इंटरनेट नहीं आ रहा बराबर से यहाँ पे। तुम बोले इंटरनेट बहुत अच्छा है,
मेरा चल रहा है ना, मेरे को क्या दिक्कत है?
तुम्हारे चक्कर में इधर आए, तुम बोले इंटरनेट अच्छा है, मैं चला आया, क्योंकि मेरे घर पे थोड़ा सा भी पता नहीं क्या ये लोग किए हैं यार, प्रॉब्लम नहीं आओ, बुरा नहीं था, ऐसा नहीं कि गड़बड़ गया, लेकिन एज पर आवर एक्सपीरियंस एक्सपेक्टेशन वाज बिट मोर